Alright guys, welcome back. We got a truckload of tools. We got the helpers. Maybe mechanics because they want to get up under the truck. So then we got some lumber, plywood, which is crazy expensive. For now we got 5 sheets of half, 2 sheets of 5/8. That's going to be the floor. That'll be the roof, hopefully. Just estimating. Let's see what these guys are doing. Look at this stuff. Look at Blue over there. He's trying to change my tires or something. I think we may need to move the truck out of here. I don't need him to chonk off a wire or something. What are you guys doing, huh? I do not need an oil change. Yeah, come on. Honey, no oil change. Sorry about that, got a little distracted. I'm gonna keep an eye on them. I don't need them to chew off some kind of sensor or something, make the truck go crazy. But I'll get everything set up and then we'll see what we can do on this little go house. We'll get it started. Alright, we got our workstation set up. We got our tools, our boxes with our tools, batteries, all that good stuff. Work table. Got our plywood. We got our 2x6s floor. That's gonna be for the floor. You know, 2x4s for the wall. Maybe for the roof, not 100%. We don't get really but a couple inches of snow here randomly. So right here's the plan to measure probably from ground up 30, I want to say 32 inches maybe. We're gonna mark a line. That'll be the bottom of our 2x6. So I'll probably just put one screw where we can pivot it. We'll put a level on it, and we'll get it leveled out because the ground is sloped a little bit. We'll level it out. We're going to mark the bottom of this middle one and cut it off because the 2x6 is going to sit on top of it because I sort of messed up a little bit. See, the way I did my frame, when I did my frame, I framed it 8 foot out and then 8 foot that way. But if I'm going to frame the walls, I'll have this 2x4 lip all the way around, and the siding is only about, how thick is it? Maybe 3/4 of an inch. So I'll have that lip sitting there where water run down. So what we're going to do is we're going to butt our 2x6s on the inside of the 2x4, or sorry, 4x4, run on top of the middle one, and then I'll frame, because the wall is going to be out just a little bit more. We're going to do 5 foot on the inside house, 3 foot for the porch. I have a little 3 foot porch on the outside, and that's only 50 some inches. It's in the middle, so it's middled, so it would make it too small. So minor convenience. I didn't plan it out real good, didn't draw or nothing. I just kind of went in my head, dug it. So as you can see, the goats have been enjoying it. They've been pooing all over, so, and using this as our playground. So let me get it marked. I'll put the boards up and we'll come back and take a look, see how it looks, and see how that goes. Kind of just designing and building on the fly. I have a semi-picture I've seen of a little tiny goat house, and I'm just going to amplify it a little bit bigger because some of these goats may be pregnant, or they will be pregnant. So that means we'll maybe double the herd. And then we got a bunch more fencing coming up. The weather is starting to get cool. Perfect fencing weather. Catch you guys in a few minutes. And I'll put a screw up under there right on the line. I set it on there. I put one screw in to hold it. And I lifted it up. I have a screw down here. We have to, pretty close. I mean, I'm not going to fudge with it. It's in bubble. This is a 6.5 foot level, something like that. So it's a long level. And it looks pretty good. So now, I come down here, I marked this post. I'll take this board down, we're going to cut this post, and then we're going to be on the inside. So I'll need 2 2x6s on the inside, each one, and then I'll use a scab 2x4, run across on the inside top. It'll be part of the floor nailer, and the wall will sit on it. Now this isn't this isn't code, or people ain't living in it. It's just for goats. So if you're going to build something, it'll be different. So This is all pressure treated, so if you're going to use any kind of nails, make sure they're full pressure treated, because it will eat through other nails or screws or bolts. So, let me get that cut, and then we'll cut the fit on the inside. Remember, when you get lumber, if you bought 8-foot piece, it is a little bit bigger than 8 foot. It'd be 8'1", 8'3". So make sure you cut it to your dimension you want, unless you buy certain studs that are already cut. Wall studs are cut to pre-cut. Alright, I got it cut. Now, the concrete might have pulled this one in just a tiny bit, but that'll be alright. I got some big old timber lock screws, which I'm gonna go right through the side into each this, and go there and do the same thing. And I'll be able to pull this forward a little bit. I might run one straight down or just toenail for now, because I'll probably run a brace. This is a 2x4 brace in between both middle ones. But for now, this is how we got it. It's not too bad. It's flush with the 4x4 on each side, because otherwise we'd be sticking out like the bottom one. You know, we can be flush. We'll screw this in, because otherwise we'd end up like this, and our siding would come to like here, and we'd have this lip. So now we're gonna be flush, and what we'll do is we'll run another 2x6 right here and inside, which will go all the way out to here. Same thing going that way. We'll lay our 5/8 plywood down, and then we can pop our wall. We'll put our back wall in, and then we got to cut that. It'll end up like this. Our wall we're going to build will probably be here. Roughly in here or here. Will give us a 3-foot porch, which I may just come right off of this. We'll see. This will be our front porch post. They're gonna have to get cut off, because we're gonna have a roof that goes up, a little tiny one, and then our back roof, kind of mimicking that roof on the back, but we're gonna put a little porch on it. There'll be a window, a door, and down here we're gonna build a little cribbing for their food, forward, backwards, side, whichever one, we'll figure it out. We'll put a rain barrel under here with a rain gutter. It'll help feed their water trough, and they can hang out under here. This side will probably have the ramp, and we're going to use that grip tape like for steps. So when they walk up and down that ramp, it kind of manicures, sands their little hooves, keeps them nice and good. But it'll have an 8-foot by 5-foot internal area. We're going to put some laminate flooring, linoleum that roll-out flooring, so we can scoop it out like we did with the chicken house. We'll be able to sweep it out. We'll put a door here on the other side or the back. I haven't figured it out. Probably over here. So you can open up, sweep it out onto the ground, and I can come through and brush it. So let me get this all screwed in. Then we'll probably do the other side, and we'll do the back corner, and we'll find out where the room box is going to go. For better results, we're going to come over here. I'm going to take my square mark lines, put my board, my 2x6 here, and go that way. Because if we just go on the other side, we could be down and level this way, but we might not be level that way. So if we run from here to there, we'll be at this plane, and we'll be level. Then we can go from that way. And that one we just connected to. I mean, I guess if you had a laser, which I don't have one yet, I need to get one. But the Milwaukee lasers are just ridiculously expensive. But you get what you pay for. I've tried the cheap route several times. It just does not work. So pick a brand of tool that you like and it works good. Stick with that. Get that stuff. So that's how I'm doing with Milwaukee. And it's been pretty good for me. So if you like DeWalt, you're wrong. Anyway, we'll run one out that way. There's going to be a brace in the middle here, because I'm going to run my joist studs, whatever, that direction, I believe. Or I can run that direction. I don't know. Probably run that direction just because we'll have a brace underneath the floor. So we got that brace there, and there'll be 2 beams here, 2 beams there, and we'll just run across. And then maybe where the wall is, we'll run 2. Just because the wall's going to sit there in the roof. Again, this is not, super load bearing. I did concrete in the ground because it's a little bit smaller, and we do get a good bit of wind here sometimes. And I do have I built it down at the bottom of the slope a little bit, where the wind is kind of up there, but it gets pretty windy here. It's a little makeshift thing. We had a bad storm, it blew the roof thing off, and they were inside yelling, crying, hiding against the wall, and had to run out and shove it back down. So, now the weather's broke, we're going to get on this. So now I already have a line scribed on there. I'm going to put a screw to hold it, or a clamp, whichever one. Right now I have screws and stuff. That's sticking out a little bit. That's a drill bit, apparently. Sometimes you can just run them in and have the bit push it down in there, but don't forget we're using it to find our other line over there. We're gonna cut the board. It's gonna fit on the inside just like this one. So we're flush. This is gonna be our corner. So we're gonna butt our siding up in here. I almost forgot what the heck I was doing. I'll pop that in there. Now I'm going to put 2 screws in there so you're not trying to fumble putting screws in. If you already put your screws in your board, then you can use just one hand because you have your driver. You have the nail gun, but then you ain't getting them. Right now I'm looking for the crown in it. Oh, this is a lovely board. God dang. This board might be a scab board, honestly. I don't know why they keep the lights off in the lumber warehouse. It's hard for you to tell which ones are junky. God dang. Ugh. So make sure you get your board, look down it. If it's got a slight U, you want to flip it over. You want the slight hump to be up top, because the weight pushing down, if it's U'd, it'll go down more. If it's got a little hump, it'll be more likely to be a little bit straighter. Right now, that is the common practice, I should say. Alright, let's get the Johnson on here. What do we got? We're pretty close to the bubble. So now I know where my line's going to be. I'm pretty close to the bubble. I'm going to kick a caddy corner real quick. And see we're still pretty close. I'm going to cross the angle. So that means we're level, you know, all our other ways. So the ground could slope this way. So whatever corner you start at, make sure you go off of it. And you should be pretty close. Because then, now we know this corner, now we know where we need to go to. I'm going to take my square, I'm going to scribe me a line. Now I know where my board will go this way. Which technically I could just leave this on, slap my other board, get everything level, mark my lines, cut my post out, and whatnot. But I already got this board here, so this is what I'm going to do. So let me get my lines marked, let me get this up. I'll get that board up, cut that post, and we'll throw the front board on, and we'll see where we're at. Alright, another easy hint that I come up with, I just left this on. I bud me a block up to the bottom. Here's the board. It's just pretty much a guide. You know, I got it in there. It'll help keep it, we'll run this screw in flush here, we'll keep this flush while we run our screws in. Tried to pre-drill them, but still, if you're just a little bit of an angle, it's going to want to come out. So you just can make sure you get them straight. A little bit shorter would be nice. I think those are 10 inches. 6 or 8 would work. That's just what I have right now. But the guide set up, and again, I just have the cut-off end and a clamp just to hold it up there. And I'm off a little bit, so I'll put the level on before I do that end. It seems like that worked pretty good. Another pro tip, get yourself a tool pouch. See so many builders on YouTube, no tool pouch. It'll save you tons of time running around everywhere. Alright guys, we got our squared in, squared and leveled. Down over there I ran big old screw down through that post because it was pretty level. This one's still kicked in just a tiny bit. So after I double up all my floor joists, then we'll run a double. We'll probably run one right here, and then we can pull this and run a screw through. Because right now, if I just pull it and run a screw, it's just gonna bend this. That'll just bend with it. So looking pretty good. Porch should be about here somewhere. And we'll run a wall. I don't know, 5 foot tall. Backside we'll keep it whatever this is. We'll just have to probably trim that one. Looks a little tall. And we'll build a wall there, and we'll go up in the center about, I don't know, 6 inches taller than this. Just give us a little bit of a slope. Anything here, I guess if you got a lot heavier snow lows or something like that, you want to go steeper, help shed that snow right off. But here that we don't, you know, may get a foot, but it'll be gone the next day. You know, it's just, she is. I might pull this stuff out because now it's underneath. I have 10. I bought 15. That's crazy. I got 2 right there. Yeah, 8 right there. 9, 10, 11, 12. 34 feet. Must be losing my mind. But okay, it kind of baffles me. Yeah, I probably got it somewhere. Anyway, let's. I'm just gonna go around and double all these up. So it should bring me roughly almost to the very edge. Then after we do that, then we'll run our rafters. Might have to go get a few more. I prefer to build a little bit stouter than not, so maybe every foot. We'll see. I'll check back with you after I get all my double the boards up, and we'll see what we got. Alright guys, we got all 4 of our boards all the way around. Right here is where the porch is gonna, you know, the wall's gonna stop. The porch will be this way. We'll have to double up 2 2x6s right there, or just one with a 2x4 scab at the top. Just give that wall some support. Probably just use 2 2x6s. I did find the other one. It was laying on the back side, so I knew it wasn't that crazy. But I don't know. We'll probably just start down here and just every foot we'll run them. 2 here probably, and that's about it. I'll get the rafters put in, or floor joists. But we'll have to cut our plywood to fit right to here, because I want the plywood under the wall where it can sit. Yeah, I feel like it'd be easier, because these ones here I'm gonna have to notch the plywood to kind of fit around, just a notch, and then it'll run out, which it's feathered, and it's 5 foot, and plywood's 4 foot. So I got 2 sheets, so I'll have a little bit left over that. Not sure if I want to run it 4 foot this way. Actually, yeah, we should do that, because then we won't have a long seam. But we're running the rafters that way, so it wouldn't make sense to have a seam there. I don't like to have open seams. I like to, you know, have your plywood sitting right on, all the way on a board. You have your glue. I don't want to run this way and have a seam that goes that way, and there's just nothing where I can kind of walk, which you probably might anyway. But plywood's expensive. They didn't have OSB. OSB's cheaper and crappier, but oh well. So what we got? I wanted to get styrofoam insulation. When I put my rafters in, put the styrofoam insulation down. So we'll probably end up just doing it afterwards. We'll have to climb up underneath, put it up underneath, and then we'll take hardware cloth and we'll staple under there so they can't nibble at it. Because hardware cloth, you know, got the little squares, and they won't be able to nibble through it. Because it's up in the air and the wind's gonna blow. I don't want them to get real cold. And they can handle it, but if they have little, when we have little kids, little goats, I want them to stay nice and warm, be up in there. So, little styrofoam insulation. We'll put it on the floor and the walls. Maybe the ceiling. We'll keep it cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. Let me, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7. We technically get a 7 foot if we want every foot, except for 2 there. We're gonna be short. We may have to run to the hardware store. We'll probably do it in the morning because I don't feel like going back today. So we'll put our plywood in, double rafters. We won't worry about the porch. We'll check out our back wall. We'll see how those are. If we may need to cut it, we can build our back wall. Maybe our front wall. I don't know, it's getting late. Sunset's too early. And all this, we finally got some sun because my charger, we've had like 2 weeks of no sun for like a couple minutes. And my charger is not doing good for the electric fence, but I think they're just used to the electric fence, so they haven't really tested it. But I did do a little work off camera. I did get welded wire on 3/4 of it already. So I have this one side and a little piece on the other side, and we get that done. We'll do a video on what tools to use for fencing, what tools I use. So, let me get these rafters marked out and we'll throw some in. Got that a little tight. This hammer is pretty light. I'm not sure about this hammer. I'll get joist hangers tomorrow. We'll climb up underneath, set joist hangers tomorrow. Right now I ain't got time for that. 1 foot on center. Alright. Pretty close, roughly 1 foot on center means 1 foot to the center of your board. And after the next one, some of them you ain't gonna be able to do it just because they're gonna be warped. This one's pretty tight, so I don't need my bottom block. So you can put this up against here, run it along, and you'll be able to tell where you need to go. First we need to go down. And my mark's right there, so now we gotta go over. This edge one don't matter. Your far end ones will matter. That'll determine where you're at. And we need to, bottom needs to kick a little bit. And basically that's how I'm going to do it. I measured 1 foot. My 4-foot one falls right here, which is nice because I can, that one's all straight. I got a lag through it, so we'll bolt it to that. And then this one needs to pull in or out. We'll pull in or out and push this where she needs to go because it's not flush. It's close. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my 4 in, and that'll leave me with 2. And then we'll figure out, here's where the wall is going to go. So what we'll do is we'll probably put 1 on each side. No, because that can be the edge of the wall. So we want to be on the inside. So yeah, we'll put 2 right up against it, right here. Or we'll go center. Just depends. Right around there, because it's the porch. So we'll probably go center with the first one. The other one will be on the inside. And we'll run our wall. We'll be on the inside. Our siding will be the outside. So we'll have 2 for double. And then I don't know if we'll put any cross bracing. I don't think it really matters in between. And honestly, we can do it afterwards, after we're done, because we got enough room. It'll be a little bit of laying down and hammering up. But like I said, I'm going to get strips of styrofoam, the thick insulation styrofoam, by an inch or 2. We'll cut it and run it on the inside, push it up underneath, and then we'll staple hardware cloth. And that should keep critters out, keep the goats from chewing on it, and it'll keep them warm. So let me get the rest of these in real quick. I'll get it up to here, we'll double it, and we'll see if we got time to put the plywood in. Sun's still up. Sun's still up there. Where's it at? You guys probably can't see it because it's camera. But it's up there. It's probably 1 o'clock, so that's not bad. I got stacked 2x4s. I still got to take the one off around the edge. So that's definitely not enough to build the walls, I don't think, because you end up with little half pieces. And I go 16-inch on center with my walls. Now I guess I could go to 2 foot, but like I said, I'd like to overbuild it than underbuild it. You don't have to be out here repairing it. You don't want the goats nesting and having little babies, and then the sumbitch blows over when it's super windy and kills half of them. So just try to do it right the first time, even if it takes a little bit longer. And if this works out right, we'll end up building another one Flap on the other side there, maybe one over in there. I don't know, one in the corner, we'll see. Because we're going to have different kind of goats. We'll probably put some Nubians and then some boars. And we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, I'm get back to work and I'll catch you when I get the rafters in. Floor joist. Alright guys, got the floor joists in. We don't have joist hangers, we'll get them tomorrow. So unfortunately I'll have to do that from underneath. Don't really need them, probably not, but like I said, I like it to be sturdy. There's going to be goats in it. And they're dwarfs. They're not fainting, them stupid fainting ones. But they're like they're not miniature, they're just like a dwarf. They're in between. They're more manageable, but they're also kind of heavy. Like, and then when they're pregnant, they're gonna be even more heavier, and there's more. So, stouter the better. So this is what we got. Not too bad, I don't think. It's about 130, been at it for a few hours. Got my double one here. Might need to triple this one because the porch is going to go this way. So I'll run another one through the. I'll split the difference. I'll run another one, and we get 5 quarter boards. If we get 12 footers. This is 3. You know, got 3, 6, 9, 12. We get 4 out of 1. So we really technically only need to get 3 to 4, 12 foot 5 quarters, but they probably don't have it. So let's see what they got. That can wait a little bit. But it'd be nice to put it in to where I got something to stand on. And now we're gonna put the plywood in. I'm gonna set it up here, slide it up, notch the notches for the corners, cut them. We slide it in. It should fall right in the center of this. Hopefully. If not, I have this extra one. We'll throw it on each other side and give me more of a nailer. And then we'll have to skin us a nice little piece to run down here. Oop. I have some, I think it's liquid nails. It's UP, or whatever. And we'll try to put some glue these joints. I was gonna get the Great Stuff. It's like a foam, but it's a glue. It's Great Stuff adhesive. Stuff's super strong, but I need the gun. It's $50 some, and the adhesive stuff's like 10, 12 bucks for the can. Then if you get the gun, you make sure you get the cleaner, because if you don't, then it's useless. So anyway, we're going to use the cocking gun. We'll get this board down, see what she looks like. Now if you don't know, plywood has a top and a bottom. I ain't even on, is it? Are we on? Yeah. You got a top and a bottom. Normally your letters is your bottom. OSB will have a slicky shiny side as your bottom. It'll say, you know, this side down. So it helps out. Oh. Give me a little long on the other side. Basically just like that. That'll be the floor. It's gonna, the corner's gonna notch and it's gonna slide that way more. Now I'll have to trim off the edge because we're just shy under 8 foot. I forget why, but that's just the way I dug it and made it. So sometimes you keep everything in your head. I guess I should write it down, but then I'll lose that. So I'll have a good chunk of nesting spot. When we frame it in, there's going to be plywood, the siding on the outside, styrofoam, and just sheeting on the inside too. Now the way I'm going to build the wall, I'm going to build a 5-foot wall in the middle here, which will stick up. And then we'll come off the top of this, just under the top of the roof, and put a little strip of windows. The hardware store's got, what is it called? Plexiglass or Lexan and whatnot. So I'm going to get pieces of that, and we'll just make windows of that, because I don't want to use glass. I mean, they probably can't reach up there, but you know, I don't want to break, don't want glass in there, so Lexan's pretty decent. We use that. And then we'll also put one, the wall's going to be here, we'll put a little window here, and the door will be right there. I'm not sure how big to make the door, because I'm going to put a side door, so I don't really need to get in there, but we'll see. As I said, this is kind of build as you go. I'll come back once I got the corners notched, everything cut, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, oscillating saw worked pretty good. Got our notches in. A little bit of room, but don't matter. 2x4's gonna butt up against here. Notches are in. We got room to nail. We're halfway. So what I'll do is I'm gonna stand this back up, put my glue down, but I'm gonna mark where my floor joists are, which I can kind of see the lines. So I can snap some lines or run my Big Johnson across there. If you don't know what my Big Johnson is, it's a big old level. I'll run a Big Johnson and mark a few lines so we can just shoot our nails in, get it all shot in real quick. Cut this, put it in, and that post got to get trimmed about 2 inches maybe. And we'll run a 2x4 flush and then one on the very top across the whole top, and then throw our in-betweens in, have one across the bottom, and we'll come over here and figure out where this is going to go. And we also have to figure out windows and stuff. I might just frame it in and then just cut where I want to put windows and door, because I haven't thought that far ahead. That wall will just be a regular wall. It'll be straight across, and then it'll be like an angle piece. I'll have to put a couple angles in. Same thing we did with the chicken house. The angle will be like that, and then about a foot or 6 inches under the front roof, there'll be another slanty roof. So it'll be like a 2 different style roof. And if you got one of these, super handy. Which I got the blade in upside down, it doesn't matter, inside down, upside down, left, right, however you want it. Stuff cut right through the wood. Alright, let me get some gluing and nail shooting, and we'll be back maybe tomorrow or later on today. Okay guys, that floor is down, shot it about every foot or so, glued. It's glued down. Some of my glue isn't out in places. So next, I'm going to work on cutting me a little stripe through there, which I really suck at cutting straight like that. Maybe I'll try to rig it up where I can put one of these 2x4s right on the side right in front of the saw. I like it to be fairly straight. I'll put the cut edge right here on the inside, and we'll just go right to the edge of that 2x6, because I have the other one. We can skin it on for the porch deck. I don't know what they're called. Whatever the surface is, 5/4 boards. And then after that, we got to get these guys the same height. I think that one's got to be trimmed just a little bit. It was 40.5, that's like 42, so not bad off. So trim that. So I need to get these rest of these off. We'll stack them up here. Keep the goats from peeing and pooing on them, chewing on them. But coming along. I appreciate you guys for coming along with me. Like and subscribe. We have more things to do. But let me get that trim piece in, cut that piece, and then we'll see what we got. I'll probably put a 2x4 all the way across the top, and we'll skin one under it so it's your 2-plate. We'll put one down on the bottom, and then we'll just throw a couple wall studs, I guess, in there. And then it'll be our 5-foot wall needs to be built. And we need to get these guys the same too, which they're pretty close. And we'll just run, same thing, double there. Go up to our 5-foot wall and down to there. Alright guys, the sun is getting behind the trees. Getting the long shadows now, but this is what we got. Got the top piece on, got the bottom piece on, I got a nailer on each side. Now it's got to stand these up, nail them in. I'm leaving one on the top, so when I build this side wall, it'll go across the top of it, and then I can go across it, and the same thing over there. Ties all the walls together. Well, there'll be 2 pieces at the top. But for now, I'm going to sand them up, nail them. I want 16 inch on the center, except for the middle. It's just going to be a bit of a wider piece in the middle, but I'm going to get this on. I'm going to pack up and call it a day, because I'm getting tired. And I ran my blade into the sawhorse, and my sawhorse is metal. Let's see. Cut right into it. Although the blade is still cutting, so Diablo blade is tough. They don't cut super straight anymore, but still not too bad. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna try to finish that up, get cleaned up. We got a little bit of a mess. Got little scraps, pieces of wood and everything. I want to get all put in a pile. Get my tools in the truck and get to the house, because it's over that way. So anyway, guys, like and subscribe. I'll catch you later. I'll probably try to work on it tomorrow. I need to go get some joist hangers, probably more 2x4s. I would like to get the roof framed up, but I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe at least Monday I could run to Lowe's and get that roll of flooring for the floor, and that'll waterproof that piece of plywood, because I did not get pressure treated for the floor. So I don't want to get too wet. I hate letting any rain get to inside of things. So when I see they're building houses and they sit open for weeks, months and months, all that water soaking into stuff, you're just gonna have mold all behind things. So anyway, that's just my opinion. Catch you guys on the next part of the goat build. Hopefully we get it done before it gets too cold. Appreciate you guys for watching. Do make a difference.